So, okay, Donald Trump yesterday did not really have that good of a day. So, not only not only was it projected that Donald Trump lost the election and that Joe Biden is the next president of these United States, not those United States, but these United States. Um, but Donald Trump had other plans that day. Donald Trump's campaign had other plans that day, and so here we have those plans. Trump sparks confusion after announcing press conference at small landscaping firm. The president initially said the briefing would be held at a major hotel before correcting himself. So, there was a major Trump press conference in a parking lot outside of Four Seasons Landscaping because Donald Trump tweeted out that they're going to do a press conference at the Four Seasons in Philadelphia. But whoever was on the Trump team, whoever was on the Trump campaign that day, maybe someone told them that they were going to announce that Joe Biden was the new president this day, and they're like, all right, my job here is done, let's fuck around. So Donald Trump was like, I want to do it at the Four Seasons. And then whoever intern, whoever's job it was to set that up, they just what they did was when you're on Google Maps, right? And it's you're in a place you've never been before and you're just furiously typing. You've got 13% left on your phone. You just want to figure out where the fuck you can go. And you search for something and it's something completely different. Well, someone searched up Four Seasons and it auto-defaulted to Four Seasons Landscaping instead of the Four Seasons Hotel. And it was really funny because the Four Seasons Hotel was like, I'm sorry, we have no idea what you're talking about. And then people were like, what? And then they realized, no, it's actually in the parking lot across the street. And fun fact, I think according to reports, this is right next to a porn store as well. So it's really funny. But not only, right, was this a really funny turn of events, but Rudy Giuliani, there could only be one person speaking at this press conference when the news breaks, right? One person is allowed to take that position when the news breaks. And thank the Lord it was Rudy Giuliani. So here's Rudy Giuliani reacting to the not so good news at the landscaping the Four Seasons Landscaping parking lot. Ugh, look at him lick his lips there. Look at that. Ugh. Look at that. Ugh. 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 Not only he does a single lick, like a wetness, like a moisten, right? Like a moisten. Then not only does he moisten, but he does the full reach around. He does it's just gross. Look at this. Sticks his tongue out. He's like, I'm going to moisten it up. My lips are dry. They're cracking. They're about to fall off. So he does the partial lick. And then, he puts the tongue back in. Right? But then he's like, you know what? I'm doing the full reach around. And then he gets that in there. So just throwing that out there. Some Rudy Giuliani commentary moments before a reporter tells him the news.
The poll?
The poll?
Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget.
This is a good screenshot right here, by the way, of Rudy Giuliani just praising God. There's some serious shit going on in this guy's head. Jesus. Seriously, though. Someone screenshot this. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this. Hold the fucking phone. This is really good. Oh, what is that?
Count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Networks don't get to decide elections. Courts do.
Courts do? What?
Of course, courts set aside elections when they're illegal. In this particular case, I don't know if they're...
This is the thing. And before I finish this, right? This is the thing that was really scary a week ago. Was Donald Trump stealing the election. I thought it was definitely I thought it was like a above 50% likelihood that Donald Trump would steal the election. Right? And then election night happens and Trump bungles it. Like the results, okay, here's the thing. If you remove all of the response from both campaigns, the results themselves on election night were terrifying. Like the whole time, I was there, I was waiting. Trump's gonna do it. Trump's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. This is going perfect for him. He's leading in Pennsylvania. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And then the time ticks by. And then I was like, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it by 2 a.m. And then 2 a.m. strikes. Reminder, I called that. I called 2 a.m. Just throwing that out there. I'm a genius. 2 a.m. strikes. And Donald Trump gets up there and just makes a fool of himself. Like, he was at a moment where he could have directed the energy. If he maybe would have come out at, midnight, if he would have come out at 10 p.m. on Election Day, and he would have done an actual speech that was actually, well-written and prepared, and not ad-libbed, I think that this past week, the direction of this past week would have been entirely different. But again, so the entire campaign, they're like the courts, we're gonna do it. They're still trying. They're still gonna try. The entire mainstream media saw Trump's pathetic attempt to try to declare victory, and they were like, this is not even remotely good enough. No one's gonna buy this. So then the media became in opposition to Trump, full-throatedly, not half-heartedly, like they were the entire last 4 years. The media has been making fun of Trump directly every single day, all day, for the last couple days. And it's been fun to watch, right? And again, don't trust the media. Don't trust them. But here's why Rudy Giuliani's saying the courts decide the elections. First of all, what? The courts decide the elections? When? In 2000, sure. But outside of that, right? Where the guy with less votes and less electoral votes won the election somehow, right? Outside of that, when do courts... What?
Of course, courts set aside elections when they're illegal. In this particular case, I don't know.
It was an illegal election. Illegal.
There's enough evidence to set aside the entire election. Certainly not around the country, maybe in Pennsylvania. However, there certainly is enough evidence to disqualify a certain number of ballots. The ballots that were not properly inspected should be thrown out. And that
properly
number of ballots,
inspected? What? I thought it was the mail-in ballots that came in late. First, it's the late ballots. Then it's the people who, I guess, filled out their ballot after Election Day. So, it's one thing to put it in the mailbox on November 1st, and then it gets there on November 4th, right? That was, the original thing. Oh, you can't do that. Then, the claim is that people are filling... Oh, whoops, my ballot's on the kitchen table. Forgot to mail it in. Looks like Joe Biden won, so I guess I'll just vote for him anyway, get my point in there, and then mail it. So now now the Trump campaign is saying, oh, it's November 5th that people are voting. They're voting on November 8th that they're voting. That's today. But no, it's not that anymore. Now it's the ballots that were legally cast, I guess. They were legally cast, right? But they haven't been inspected? Is what Rudy Giuliani is saying? They haven't been inspected. This is the thing, is you would think you'd have these talking points on lockdown. You would think you would know what the fuck you're talking about. You would have every single person in the Republican Party, and especially around Trump. You would, Trump's personal lawyer doesn't know the talking points? Now the ballots aren't being inspected? What?
ballots.
You just take a magnifying glass and go I gotta look for the fibers on this mail-in ballot. It's what?
The ballots that were not properly inspected should be thrown out.
What?
And that number of ballots should be taken out of the count. That could affect the election.
That's such a good ending to this clip, is everyone asking him questions, and he's like, shh, it'll all be okay. yeah, sure, I masturbated on live or I guess it's not live public television, but I masturbated in a blockbuster movie. But shh, you gotta inspect the ballots. Inspect the ballots. Just like I was inspecting that microphone in Borat, gotta inspect the ballots. But I just like, what? The ballots need to be properly inspected? It's just. And again, like a week ago, I was actually scared. I was legit nervous that they were going to steal this election a week ago. And then election night happened, and Donald Trump bungled it. He bungled it, dude. It was like, I've never seen something as embarrassing as Donald Trump bungling this. Like, he set up the last, like, you'd think you've got 4 years. I barely squeaked by. How am I going to win the next election? You've got 4 years to think about it. And this is the best you got? Like, wow.